I'm not giving you a penny of my retirement money.
My husband Sam shouted as soon as he came home and threw his bag at me. It was a shock to me as I greeted my husband Sam with a smile on my face as he had finally returned home after many years of working alone as he reached retirement age.
Divorce. Divorce now.
Divorce. I couldn't believe that Sam would make such a standing joke, and I felt a mixture of confusion, sadness, and despair, and my heart was breaking. I was shaking, but shortly after, I noticed a crumpled-up piece of paper in my bag. I unfolded the paper and saw the words, "Run away now." I was terrified and panicked. Panicked with fear, I turned around and what I saw was, "Maria, how is your back?"
Thanks to you, Natasha, the pain has gone away.
The same usual chat about nothing else. I, Natasha Smith, live with my husband Sam, but I am the only one who is actually at home, as Sam is traveling around the country on his own. Because Sam's mother, Maria, needs nursing care, I spend more time at Maria's house, a 10-minute walk away, than alone in our home. Olivia is Sam's sister, also lives at Maria's house, but Olivia seems to be busy, so I basically take care of Maria.
By the way, I wonder when Sam will come back.
Well, when he contacted me the other day, he said next weekend, but I don't know because his schedule often changes at the last minute.
He's on the verge of retirement, isn't he?
Sighing deeply, Maria slowly sips the tea I have made.
After all, the tea made by Natasha is delicious.
Thank you very much. Maria asks me for more tea, so I make her some tea again.
The tea the helper made me yesterday was so bad, so bad. I couldn't drink it very well.
Maria complains. Olivia had arranged for a helper to come several times a month, but Maria felt more comfortable having me take care of her. When we were newlyweds, Sam, who insisted on tea, beat me into shape quite a bit. I chuckled, remembering my husband as a young man. He would say, "It has to be tea leaves from England." I even thought he was British.
He's so weirdly hard-headed, once he decided. That's all he does.
Maria laughed happily and drank her second cup of tea neatly. I am troubled when asked if I am satisfied with my current life, but I do not feel bad because Maria has always been grateful to me to the point of overreacting. I cooked dinner, helped her bathe, and cleaned up as usual, and finally massaged her back before returning home. I was about to head to the bathroom to take care of myself when my cell phone rang. Hello.
Oh, Natasha. I got off work early today.
You. Good job. Speak of the devil, it was Sam who called me. Your mother was wondering when you were coming home.
I see you've been there today. Thanks.
Sam says apologetically. She seems to have a bad back these days, and she doesn't look so good.
I see. That worries me.
Sam groaned thoughtfully for a while, then painfully squeezed out a few words.
I don't think I'll be able to go home until I reach retirement age. I'm sorry, Natasha, and I'm worried about my mother, but please, do something.
Yeah, take it easy, Sam.
I'll call you if I can make it home.
We exchanged brief greetings and hung up the phone. I was a little relieved to hear Sam's voice, and I was ready to get back on the horse tomorrow. A few days later, I went to Maria's house as usual, and unusually, Olivia's car was there. I said to myself, "Oh, my Olivia is here today." Olivia, whom I saw only occasionally, would express her gratitude for taking care of Maria whenever we met, but from my point of view, she was still elusive, and I was still uncomfortable with her. I unconsciously pulled back, and it was about time to use my duplicate key to enter the house when I heard Olivia's very loud voice.
I really feel great.
Olivia seemed to be on the phone with someone, giggling vulgarly.
You work like a slave just to say thank you. You're a bit too much.
Could it be me? Olivia's words made my heart skip a beat and I hid in the bathroom.
slaves should be made to work like slaves.
Without seeming to pay any attention to Maria, Olivia seemed to head toward the front door with thudding footsteps. I heard the sound of a car starting as I stepped out of the bathroom, having lost the sound of Olivia's ha laughing voice. Thank God. She must have gone somewhere without noticing me. Relieved, I headed for Maria's room. Maria. But there was no answer from Maria, so I quietly went into her room. Maria was sleeping soundly, despite the fact that Olivia had been putting things up so much. I left the room without making a sound and decided to go home once I was done, even though it was the time she would normally be awake. When I visited Maria's house again a short time later, she was awake, but in a daze, and when I asked her about Olivia, she seemed not to have noticed. Maria was not a blur, her memory was strong, and she followed a regular rhythm of life, so I felt uncomfortable with the nature of her being asleep at midnight. That day I was so curious that I waited for Sam to finish work and decided to call him. Hello? Are you okay now?
Yeah, just getting settled in.
He seemed a little surprised because Sam always calls me when he does. I was just wondering. I explain a bit about Olivia and how Maria is doing.
Well, that's curious.
As I said this, Sam hurriedly added a few words as if to hide something.
I'm sure my mother is tired and different from usual, and even my sister was just in a bad mood.
I doubt that.
Oh, you think too much, Natasha.
Sam suddenly spoke quickly and hung up the phone early, saying that he had an early day tomorrow. It bothers me even more. I stood there with the phone in my hand for a while, feeling more and more bewildered. 3 months later, Sam was retiring and finally coming home after many years of working alone. Maria and I had agreed that we would all celebrate his retirement together at her house, so we had been preparing for it since noon. Sam had called me yesterday to tell me that he would be home at night, and just after dusk, I heard the front door, which had been locked, being rattled. Could it be Sam? I went to the front door, my face breaking into a smile as my anticipation grew. You're early. I greeted him with a big smile, but to my surprise, Sam threw the bag in his hand at me and shouted louder than I had ever heard him shout.
I'm not giving you $1 of my severance pay.
What's going on all of a sudden? Confused by the suddenness of the situation, I almost dropped the bag, but I grabbed it quickly and the contents flew out of the bag on the spur of the moment.
Divorce. Divorce me now.
Sam stares into my eyes with an urgent expression, as if appealing to me. Divorce. I almost stopped thinking as my legs trembled with the look on Sam's face, a look I had never seen before, and a turn of events I had never imagined. I was almost lost in thought. I didn't think Sam would make such a bad joke, and my heart was bursting with a mixture of confusion, sadness, and despair. As if to push me over the edge, Sam came at me with such heat that I thought he was going to spit fire from his mouth. As I was too overcome to move, Olivia appeared from behind Sam.
Hey Sam, it's not polite to tell Mrs. Natasha that you're suddenly divorcing her.
Sam didn't listen to Olivia's words, it's a divorce. He is just screaming, divorce.
You're a total handful, little brother. Ms. Natasha, I'm going to calm you down and see what you have to say. Can you wait?
Olivia grabbed Sam by the wrist and pulled him into the study in the back. I followed their backs with my eyes stunned. What do you mean? I looked down, completely unable to make sense of the situation, when I noticed a crumpled piece of paper among the items that had just popped out of my bag. I was curious to know why Sam, with his precious face, would be carrying around a crumpled piece of paper in his bag. I was curious, so I managed to unfold the crumpled piece of paper with a shaky hand. Oh! There, in Sam's scrawled handwriting, was a note that read, "Run away right now." Sam's scrawled words on the paper. Where did he say run away? Where did he say I should run to? From who? Panicked, I subconsciously scurried around, looking for Sam. Just as I turned my back, the door to the study opened with a start, and Olivia was about to jump on me.
Give them back. They're all mine.
Olivia rushed at me with her hair shaking and a devilish look on her face.
Run away. Natasha, please.
Sam desperately restrained the flailing Olivia from behind and shouted at me. You, nail me. I was so terrified that I was almost tangled up in my own head, and I moved my legs to the doorway.
It's not Natasha's fault.
Sam and Olivia are arguing loudly. Olivia is Olivia, yelling at me, thief and so on, yelling at me, but I pretend not to hear them and move my feet madly. I have never felt such a long way from the front door, I thought to myself, as if it were someone else's problem. I turned my head one last time, and what caught my eye was Maria looking blankly behind me at the two of them, the raging Olivia and Sam, who were trying to stop them. In the end, Sam never returned to our home after that. The day ended with me mulling things over in my coherent head. The next day, I calmly reflected on yesterday's events. What was that all about? I was desperate, and I said, "Run away now" had returned with a piece of paper with the words "run now" written on it, and I carefully stretched out the wrinkles that had been soggy. I wanted to think it was a dream, but this paper was the immovable proof that it was real. Does this mean I should divorce Sam? I've been working alone for many years and have rarely had a chance to see him in person, and the last time he called me, he was very curt. I had not thought that we would fall into one of those mature divorce scenarios that we see on TV these days, and I was starting to feel even more depressed. I don't feel like doing anything. I abandoned even thinking about it and looked up at the ceiling in a daze. Then, at the perfect moment, I received a call on my cell phone. Hello?
Hello, Natasha. Can you come over to my house now?
What? Yeah.
We'll all be waiting in the living room.
The phone was hung up. I hurried to Maria's house, wondering if my bad premonition had been confirmed by Sam's voice so dark that I thought he was a different person. Excuse me. Normally, Maria's house is easy to enter, but today, I felt as if I had entered the entrance to a labyrinth. When I entered the living room, Sam and Olivia were already sitting side by side, so I sat down reservedly next to Maria.
Natasha, I'm sorry I got you involved in our mess.
Sam's words came as a surprise to me, as I had been prepared to talk about divorce. That's okay, more importantly. What the hell happened? Sam had a hard but calm expression on her face, while Olivia kept glaring at me with a criminal stare.
You.
Sam took a deep breath and slowly opened her mouth.
Actually, it looks like my sister was trying to steal my severance package.
What? Sam's unexpected comment made me look at Olivia, who promptly bristled.
Don't talk to me like that. I'm not just asking you to pay back Mom's pension with that retirement money.
No, you're wrong, sister. How could that be?
I couldn't see the conversation at all, and just looked at their faces alternately.
No, it's not my fault. Natasha, you've been coming into our house while I'm gone and stealing your mother's pension, haven't you?
What? I would never do such a thing. I hastily deny Olivia's startling statement.
I've told you before, Natasha is not the kind of person who would do something like that.
Only these innocent-looking women have a dark side. You're being deceived.
Olivia said without any apology.
Natasha has been taking care of your mother for years, sacrificing her time and devoting herself to her.
Sam tried to convince Olivia to speak up, but Olivia ignored Sam's words.
And what's more, your mother's pension is actually gone. Even the pension that she kept at the altar, isn't it?
Olivia said triumphantly, and Sam and I looked at Maria at once.
Well, yeah, I couldn't go to the bank, so I put it all away.
Puzzled, Maria revealed that she had put the money away.
Look, it's definitely Natasha. I'm not even here anyway, and you can at least steal your mother's eyes easily.
Maria raised her eyebrows at Olivia, who was rude even to her own mother.
You, who don't do any work and only let Natasha take care of the house, where in the world are you going?
Olivia's smile faded from her face, and she began to mumble a few unspoken words.
I'm looking for a job.
Completely weak-kneed, Olivia seemed to be desperately searching for some excuse.
It's no use lying to me. Even the day before yesterday, I got a call from a neighbor asking me if Olivia was okay, even though she was into slingshots.
Maria stared at Olivia with strong eyes.
What? You're looking at that wrong, aren't you?
Olivia is getting restless and shaking her head violently and poorly.
Come to think of it, your sister has always been a gambler. I'm sure I've warned you about it a lot since I was at my parents' house.
Shut up. I don't deserve to be blamed for just going to a slingshot once or twice.
Finally, perhaps unable to take it any longer, Olivia stands up and shakes her fist.
I've kept quiet for a long time, but I've lost count of the number of times I've gotten calls about you playing slingshots.
Then why didn't you just shut up and let me overlook it?
With a screeching sound, Olivia started banging out the desk.
Natasha is doing her best to take care of me, and I'm not going to overlook you playing around.
It's all your fault.
Staring at me with a snarl, Olivia tightened her right fist. I was so impressed by Olivia's impressive power that I could barely keep my mouth from flapping like a pathetic goldfish.
As my own daughter, I'm pathetic. Where did I go wrong in raising her?
Huh? Don't be silly. Who do you believe, me, the family of this house, or this woman?
Olivia is punching the desk with such force that she is about to break it.
Of course I'm going to believe the one who gave me a sincere effort.
Maria's words, which did not move at all, even when I saw a distraught Olivia, instantly blew away my fears.
I thought my sister had her own circumstances, so I came to talk to her, but I was disappointed. I am so sorry, Natasha.
What? Are you saying I'm the bad guy?
Maria put her hands on Olivia, who still did not give up.
By the way, Olivia, you said earlier that you have my pension saved in the altar. How did you know?
What? Because you're said. Oh wait, shit.
Seemingly unable to come up with even an excuse.
I don't remember telling Olivia where I put my pension.
You're old. You must have forgotten.
Olivia said bitterly, but it was clear from the light of day that this was impossible.
And I used to get unusually sleepy when I drank the water Olivia would sometimes pour for me.
Maria's remark rang a bell with me, so I told her about the incident we had run into earlier when Olivia had come home.
Sleeping pills.
Gulping down her anger, Sam turned to Olivia.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew there was something wrong with you because you always do nothing about me, but you always fill my water.
Maria pointed out, and Olivia was at a loss for words.
You're such a cold family. Have you no love for me?
Olivia, who should have lost her escape, still refused to back down.
I have no sympathy for you, taking people's money, leaving your mother to take care of others, and playing around.
After stating it crisply, Maria continued to speak.
You should be thankful that I didn't tell the police that you stole my pension and used it. That's how I'm going to get out of your hair.
Hearing this, Olivia snarled like an animal and sat down in her chair without effort.
I have to admit.
Olivia hung her head and began to blurt out a few words. How she had never married or worked, how she had taken advantage of Maria and enjoyed her freedom. She talked about how she had hit the jackpot at a pachinko game, and how she had gone in every day hoping to hit it again, and about her favorite host.
I honestly enjoyed taking care of the house. Natasha seemed happy to do it, and I didn't have to do it.
It turns out that I was, after all, the slave or whatever she was talking about on the phone earlier.
But I kept losing money at Slingshot. I didn't have any money, and I knew that my mother didn't like banks, so I would sneak her sleeping pills and scavenge for money.
The three of them looked at each other as Naoko spoke so selfishly.
I don't want to work like this. I want to live a free life, living off parents.
Olivia, I have spoiled you too much up to now.
Maria held her head in her hands as if to say, "It's my fault." In the end, after a discussion, Olivia moved out of her parents' house, and my husband and I moved in with her.
Natasha, I am so sorry about all this.
The move was completed quickly, and Maria bowed deeply to me at the right moment when she had settled down.
I'll go into an institution if you don't bother me anymore.
Maria says bitterly with an expression of mixed feelings of loneliness and guilt. Oh no, please don't apologize. My parents have already passed away, and I think of you, mother-in-law, as if she were my own mother.
Natasha.
So I am looking forward to living with your mother-in-law. Please let me continue to take care of her.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Maria was delighted, with big tears streaming from both her eyes. Sam is also shedding tears next to her.
Actually, I still have some more things I want to try. Natasha, will you and Sam help me too?
Maria changed from her earlier tears and asked with a mischievous smile, as if she were a child begging for help. Of course.
Oh, with pleasure.
The three of them laughed and began talking about what Maria wanted to do. Over the next few years, Sam's retirement money was used to fulfill Maria's wishes one by one. They spent the next few years fulfilling Maria's wishes with Sam's retirement money, going on trips, trying their hand at ceramics, and taking good pictures of themselves as young people. But the good times were short-lived, and Maria passed away with a happy smile on her face. Maria. Sam gently patted my shoulder as I mumbled, unable to contain my sadness.
We should at least invite your sister to the funeral.
Sam seemed to be trying to make amends by having Olivia say goodbye to me. On the day of the funeral, Olivia was there, but even from a distance she looked so gaunt and battered.
Olivia, she's turned into such a mess. Rumor in the neighborhood is that she still gambles and goes to hostels, even though she's in debt.
She's lost all her fancy dress.
Not at all. It's my mother's will, so it can't be helped, but I have to give you the remainder of my mother's estate.
Sam had a dumbfounded look on his face as he said, "I'm sure it will disappear to pay off the debt." You're right, your mother is very kind. Besides, she left us most of your estate in your will.
My mother thought of Natasha like a real daughter, and she will gratefully accept it.
Thank you, Mom. We stared at the tombstone, then I gingerly raised my face. I thought I saw Maria's face smiling peacefully against the blue sky. Did you enjoy this story? Please subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.